Hi, gorgeous souls. This is for all of my Scorpios for the month of September. Let me hit the bell. All right, pretty good. And I did say yes, the month of September. I'm going to be shifting it around a little bit. I'm going to try in October to start bringing you 2 videos, one of astrology and one of just tarot. But I'm still kind of shoving it all together right now, and that's because I'm running out of time before September actually hits. So I'm giving you September as far as astrology goes, and then I'm just going to see where the tarot takes us. But before we get into any of that, when I was meditating on all Scorpio signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, this could go one of 2 ways for what Spirit is giving me. Either you have a Pisces, a Leo, or Gemini of significance in your life. And the Gemini may be having authority. Not necessarily in a positive or a negative way. It could be a little bit of a negative way. But that also may be part of what they're giving me. And I'm going to explain it in just a second. But I know I'm being sent, if there is not a Pisces of significance in your life, I am being told to look at Pisces in your astrology. So that's what I'm saying. It's coming in one of 2 ways. I am being given the scarab. And for me, this usually means like the end of something and the rebirthing of something new. Like the death and the rebirth. But what I keep hearing is a new dawn. A new day's dawn. So it could just be a brand new beginning in general. With that, right after I've given the scarab, I'm given a lion. And the lion is like backing away. It's got its like nose down to the ground, and it's, it's kind of like nailed down, and it's backing away. But what I'm being paid attention to is the backing away and the nose, and then all of a sudden it shifts to the lion's tongue. So I feel like this is saying you need to pay attention to your intuition, trust your intuition, trust your inner wisdom, trust your gut feeling, trust your senses about what they are, what your senses are telling you, because the lion is backing away from something. Doesn't mean that the lion's scared of something. It's backing away, reassessing. I feel like it's really about the senses more than anything. So this could be talking about your intuition. Like I said, I'm being told the nose and the tongue, which makes me really feel the senses. And then I'm being given 2 different things. This is where the Gemini comes in. This throws me off. Because they're giving me what looks like authoritative figures in Egyptian mythology. And what I'm getting is, the headdress. But it's just the stripes, which for me stands for authority. But then they shifted over. They shifted over to Freddy Krueger, really, is what they do. They shifted over to Freddy Krueger, and he's like leaning up against a wall, smoking a cigarette. He's got one foot up against the wall, like he's waiting. But what they're really bringing my attention to is the stripes again on his shirt, and pay attention to the greens. One is a healthy green, one is a negative green, like healthy growth, healthy heart chakra, healthy, with nature and the world around you. And then the other green is like jealousy and greed and just everything that's on the opposite of the health as far as emotions go. I mean, I really feel like envy, jealousy, greed. So I feel like I'm being given an authority figure that you need to really be paying attention to. And I don't know why, but Spirit is giving me the stripes, has to do with the Gemini for some of them. And for some of you. and it's going back and forth on what's healthy and what's not, and acknowledging it is basically what I'm being given. Now, when I hit the astrology, we have a full moon that's going to be coming in on the 14th. It will be in Pisces prior to the 14th, but I am calling it a void, of course, because technically in that evening it will have gone into Aries, but you're still going to have that Pisces energy building up to it, and in the beginning of that day of the full moon. So it is like an end of a cycle and a beginning of a cycle. Pisces, Aries, 12th house, 1st house, universally. We'll see where that ends up for you directly in just a minute. That could be also the Pisces energy that Spirit's speaking to me of. Because it may not be a Pisces of significance. It may just be an astrology. Then you're having also on the 14th, the same day as that full moon, you have Mercury and Venus both moving into Libra. Now, hear me. Until that 14th of September, I am just definitely getting like great balls of fire energy in Virgo. I mean, everybody's in Virgo. You've got Jura there. You've got Jura or Euro, which is sacrificing commitment. You've got Mars in there. You've got Leo in there. You've got Mercury in there. You've got the Sun in there. And it is definitely all about service right now. And are you being in service to yourself so that you can make the right decisions about what service you need to be in as you move forward? So, I mean, these energies coming out of Virgo right now are very, lie detector oriented, detail oriented, like see through the bullshit, lie detector oriented. And then they start moving throughout the month. But Mars is not going to move. Mars is going to stay in Virgo. Like I said, on the full moon, when it's going through Pisces and into Aries, you're also going to have Mercury and Venus moving into Libra. We'll look at that in a minute. On the 18th, Saturn goes direct. So all of these rules, walls, and boundaries that Saturn has been communicating to you, trying to figure out what you want to do, the decisions you want to make, how are we going to shift things? It's going to finally start going, all right, boom, now we're doing it in the outer community. And it's going to shift fast, trust me. I mean, that energy, it's about let me make the shifting, let me make the changing. And that's part of what this energy has been up until it goes direct. Because it's going, talk to me about what we're doing. Basically, Saturn is rules, walls, boundaries. It's limitations and withholdings, and it's emotionally, inwardly been talking to you about what changes have to be made in all areas of your life so that you can get on board with what your life is trying to be after it goes direct. So it's really going to be pushing you up until the 18th when it makes that shift back into the outer position. On the 23rd, the Sun moves into Libra. Now, we've been saying all of last year that this year and next year was going to have a lot to do with relationships. This half of the year is the time of what that conversation was all about. This is all about making sure you're having the right relationships in your life that bring harmony and balance. All right, the 23rd, the Sun moves into Libra. On the 28th, you have a new moon in Libra. That's the universal 7th house talking about relationships. So even though when we look at it in your normal chart, you have to understand the universal chart doesn't change. So still that will be hitting relationships. And relationships and where do they stand? Are they showing presence of being something that is good or a leader or worthwhile in the relationship or your community within your life as a whole? And Spirit just corrected me to say that. Like I said, you have the new moon on the 28th. Then you have, I'm just giving you reminders, October, Pluto is going to go direct. So Pluto is death, decay, and destruction for renewal, rebirth, regeneration. These two have both been in Capricorn, the universal outer community. and it's been talking to us about how do we resurrect our life in new healthy ways by setting those new rules, walls, boundaries, realizing what the limitations and the withholdings are that we're right or wrong, and making those shifts. And then how do we rebirth it? By finding a new spiritual soulful energy within, how to concrete that energy for a future. That is a universal understanding. Now, as we move forward, I'm going to get into your personal. But don't forget also, Mars is going to be stuck in Virgo until October. So while everybody else is moving out, Mars is not. Now, I will say before I get into all of the other information in astrology, I have been saying in the videos I've been doing that you had a short amount of time to get through that, energy and figure out what's sacred to you. Because this is, as everything starts to make the shift this month, we're going in the outer direction of how we're resetting these energies. And the reason I kept saying that is because Othala is a rune, and it is in the astrology written until the 8th of September. Othala, I've got all my notes right here. Othala is speaking to you of ancestral property, heritage, homeland. It is the world of nations. It indicates a balance. It indicates the importance of the big issues, the structured approach to how we create them and hold them strong and safe. It is the large picture. You hear me say this all the time. Don't look at the pictures on the wall. Don't look at what's just inside of the wall. Look at the entire wall. Now change it over to the wall. We're not looking at the window and the wall that has the window on it. We're looking out the window and into the entire world. Look at the big picture. Don't just see the small picture. Othala is telling you to find the larger picture, the big issues within the subject. Don't just check out the small frame. It is the whole family, the society, and the nation within your own personal life. It is the ruin of sacred space. It also inherited wealth, inherited property, principle of homeland. It is the nation, the community, the family, the clan, the tribe, and finding the proper social boundaries and separating what is not part of it to secure the environment. It is seeing the larger picture and picking the true leadership. There goes your authority again, coming back up at you. Whether that's a Gemini or not, and making sure that it's somebody on the right side of that authority within your life. It is also speaking to you of what is in alignment with the base support and powerful alliances of what will help you find your freedom to burn through that security in positive ways. I also remind everybody, Othala is not just sacred space of all of those things. It's this. It's the heart and soul. It's the soul inside of the vessel. You cannot lose the power of the soul unless you accidentally gave it away by not acknowledging you had it in the first place. And all you have to do is reclaim it by acknowledging it. Now, when we look at the astrology, why am I on a camera? When we look at the astrology for you, these energies was coming through in that second house, fifth house, seventh house, ninth house, 10th house. So this is covering pretty much all areas, from your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem, to your home, to your relationships, to your spiritual understanding and to the outer community. It's covering all areas. That Othala was. Now, that full moon that's coming in is going to be speaking to you directly in your fifth and your sixth house. So this is speaking to you of your creativity, your children, your pursuit of pleasure. It also deals with your personal interests, your love, your drama, your habits, your sports, how it is that you enjoy life. And then it's going into that seventh house of what those not relationships, that sixth house of your daily mundane task. And I cannot say enough that right now that is also ruled by Virgo. So even though for you that's Aries, that sixth house is ruled by Virgo, okay, on a normal scale. So this is talking about being detail oriented within the fire of starting new routines and finding what routines didn't serve you, making changes in those daily mundane tasks. What are your daily routines and how do they serve you and how do they not? I mean, do you smoke? Do you have bad health habits? I mean, are you choosing to have people around you who are negative and are actually keeping you from rising above? These are all part of what these routines are. Are the routines and the people in your life what you do on a daily mundane task every single day? Does it support your rising of your ascension, or is it bringing it back down? And these are important for you to acknowledge right now. Does it support finding that enjoyment in your life, that creativity, what brings you into your pursuit of pleasure? Are you getting closer to that? Because this is where that full moon is taking place, and it's going to be showing you where it's not serving you, because that's what it brings to light at a full moon, so that you can fix that. You're going to start to adjust that properly. And with these energies coming in, if you're not acknowledging it, well, it's going to show it to you in one way or another by slapping you down and making you start to see it. You'll also have, like I said, Mercury and Venus moving into Libra. For you, that's your universal 12th house. So you have communication and Venus coming into that universal 12th house, speaking to you along with how Maya and Maki Maki, or Makey, however you pronounce it there, which is the lotus flower. Where are you on the levels of the lotus flower? Are you still, can you not see through the muddy, murky dirt? This is the universal 12th house. This is talking to you about your subconscious, your hidden self, your unconscious depths, your karmic debts. This is speaking to you of your self-deception, your mental illnesses. It is where grief, secret, sorrow, shame all hide. It's the skeletons in the closet. Venus is bringing extra sensitivity to those skeletons in the closet. And Mercury is making that communication make you acknowledge those skeletons in the closet. Grief, secret, sorrow, shame, blame, self-hidden unconsciousness, where you're on purpose put it in the closet and hid it from yourself. Self-sacrifice, your self-undoing, where you've screwed yourself over and you don't want to admit it, and it's time to shift that and change it back around. The 12th house is about healing by dealing with the depths of the truth of what you don't want to, so you can get past the karmic mistakes. Okay? And you've got Mercury and Venus moving into that house, bringing that sensitivity up as of the 14th, the same day as the full moon, and that's Libra for you. So this is making you find harmony and balance within yourself if you're doing the work. Now you've got on the 18th, you have Saturn, which is going direct, and for you, that is your third house. That is your siblings, your neighbors, but more importantly, that's your communication zone. That's your intellect, your details, your trivia, communication of all kinds, emails, text messages, and it's definitely going to be projected outwardly as of the 18th. So you're going to no longer be in your own head with this communication anymore. You know, rules, walls, boundaries, limitations. You're going to start setting those rules, walls, boundaries, the limitations, the withholdings outwardly. And that's a positive thing. On the 23rd, the sun moves into that 12th house for you. Again, with Venus and Mercury and Libra, looking for how you can create harmony and balance within yourself, to love yourself again, to heal yourself again, so that you can get past the karmic debts that you still think you owe, and that you won't give yourself the right to heal and move on. This is about healing so you can move on and get what you want and start to move forward. Then putting that new moon in that universal 12th house for you. So, I mean, you're coming to a new beginning of being able to heal it, if only you will really dig deep enough into your truths, past the shit nobody wants to talk about, more or less, is what I'm really getting here. Now, which direction am I going here? So we want to go that way. I'm going to flip it over so that I got it closer to right. Most of this energy, you have a ton of abundance going on in your self-motivated energy, your self-assertive energy, your action-oriented energy. And I feel like either others aren't liking the action you're ready to take and they're holding back, or it's the lion that's backing away because it's really checking its sensitivities. It's really checking its senses and it's really getting down deep to exactly what it wants. And you are in that 12th house, so that makes sense. This is allowing the ascendant to rise by learning what the descendant did wrong. Okay? This is finding a new self-identification, allowing free will to actually be free will and make the change of healing, is what a lot of this is coming into. And it is going to be dealing with personal areas as well as outer areas. This is going to, if you're dealing with the personal areas, it's going to allow you to truthfully make the shift in the outer community. Wrong way. Trying to see if there's anything super special here. Pisces energy is what I was being told to look at. Your Pisces energy is just about, let me see, is it the whole month? Pretty much for the whole month. Pisces is having a T-square Yeah, it's having a T-square with Neptune, which is not getting along with any of that Virgo energy, as Virgo is shifting into Libra. And it's definitely not getting along with Jupiter. For you, this happens to be that second house, fifth house, and 11th house. So for you, this is the community versus your creativity, what you desire, what makes you happy. Are you doing the things that make you happy, or are you doing what the community tells you makes you happy? Are you going after your hopes, your dreams, your goals, your wishes, your ambitions? Are the right people in your life to support what makes you happy so you can pursue your creativity of that pleasure and being able to change that life in that way? Because it's also speaking to actually the third house of that community, of that communication, and none of this energy is getting along. So this is saying the communication of what you desire versus what you're actually going out and getting, what you're actually speaking of, those wishes, those hopes, those dreams, those desires. Oh no. It is that, but it's saying, is it fighting yourself with your self-value? your self-esteem. Sorry, my cat knocked over my notes. It's not the communication so much as the self-worth, the self-value, the self-esteem. Do you believe in value of what you desire and going out and getting it and placing the right people there so that you can get what you desire? This is all about speaking to that pursuit of pleasure and what makes you happy. What puts that pep in your step? What makes you smile? How do you enjoy life? Are you enjoying life? Are you able to be comfortable enough to go after your wishes, your hopes, your dreams, your ambitions? Do you have the people in your life that support you or not? Do you believe in that value of yourself, your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem? Because if you do, then it will support you also in that second house, which gives you financial success. Because that's also the position of possessions and money, but that works with our level of value. So you've got to first discover what you value and why you value it. And with Venus in that 12th house, she's going to be showing you where you haven't valued yourself right in order to move you forward as you look at most of this at this time. Is there anything else? It's also, Pisces is also getting along with Cancer, which is telling you in your 9th house to trust your higher self, trust your soul self, trust your ethics, your morals, your spiritual urges, your intuition, your higher understanding, your spiritual higher self. Trust in that. Listen to that, because it is trying to lead you in a positive way, because it's still there with the Sirius star. And yeah, it's still there with the Sirius star all the way up through the whole month. That North Node is, which means that's God's consciousness, that's Thor's hammer, that's the enlightened teacher, speaking with the North Node of everything you need to learn in order to move forward on a spiritual higher level. Trust the higher self. Trust that intuition. Trust that level of knowing in yourself, and allow it to speak to that creativity and bring it up and out of you, because that will help you find the joy that you are looking for. That is like that all month. It is also speaking actually to communication all month long. So it's getting right with the details that make these things come true. Getting right with the trivia, the details, the conversations, the text messages, the emails. Are you leaving things out? These are very important things that will help you as you move through the month to start to make it work for you, not against you. And because I am feeling Egyptian energy, what does Thoth have to say for Scorpio? First off, the full Uranus. Okay, Uranus is what we call the full. It's Uranus energy. So it's independence, individuality, uniqueness, freedom. For me, I'm starting to realize the full also is the showman. It's the clown. It's the one who has the ability to tap in to that extra energy that everybody thinks is crazy. Okay, everybody thinks it's crazy, but there's something really spiritually, soulfully there. Trust in that energy is what I'm getting. It is the alpha, not as the alpha. It speaks to you of above and below, the upper and the lower worlds, and the energies and the waves of those energies coming together. I mean, see how it's the circling around the full here. It is the paradox of God and man, freedom of Uranus. It is alpha. I'm sorry. It's the ox and the inner child. Allow that inner child to speak to you and help lead you forward. All right. Well, all three of them then, because that just came out funky. All right. The one that flipped was Princess of Swords. Princess of Swords. She's telling you to get right with your intellect. This can be fixed and volatile. This can be controversy. Like I said, it felt like I was seeing some kind of authority figure that gave me, wishy-washy energy is what I'm getting, because I was getting Freddy Krueger energy with an authority figure. I'm getting, healthy, not healthy, healthy, not healthy. Controversy maybe in the situation that maybe, trying to keep you from getting where you want to be. You might be fighting inward and outward, which would be that universal 12th house as well. This is her fighting the world around her to get what she wants, to figure out what she really wants to go. It is getting right with the ideas and grounding the truth and understanding it so that the full can come out. The inner child can come out. But you are being given 3 of discs, which is 3 of pentacles, which is works, and I'm going to explain that one in a second. You're also getting the 7 of wands, which is valor. So this is telling you, more or less, this is find balance. This is fulfillment, mind, body, and spirit. This is all 3 wheels spinning. It is like the Trinity. If you're finding the Trinity, it'll help you move forward. It'll help you find how to reap the proper rewards. But in order for you to reap those proper rewards, it is speaking to you of stand for something or you will fall for anything. It is Leo and Mars. It's the lion. Like I said, the lion was backing up, paying attention to its intuition, really figuring out what it wanted. That could be that 12th house. It is pick a side. It is, valor. Making sure you're standing for something. And then take the leap of faith as you are figuring it all out. Or maybe, as you know you need to take the leap of faith, make sure that you figured it out before you actually take the leap. And then you'll reap the rewards by standing for what you know you need to stand for. Stand for something so you don't fall for anything. What else? Scorpio. What do they need to know? Okay, that's not happening. You're going to have to lower that. Scorpio. Because I'm not doing like 10 cards. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. Thank you. If you're working through the 12th house and you're getting through your own inner bullshit, you are going to be getting the 9 of Cups. This is the wish card. Your dreams can be coming in. May not happen right over this whole month, but you'll at least be working towards them. This is finding fulfillment as you're moving forward. It is the wish card. It's Pisces energy and Jupiter, too, is on that one. Whoa. That was me dropping too many. Is there anything else, or are we moving? The Queen of Discs comes forward, and this is Queen of Pentacles. So this is talking to you of finding that inner security, finding the proper partner, health, partner, property, partner, wealth, prosperity. Wow, I cannot talk. This is a nurturing energy, Mother Earthing energy. This is nurturing energy. This is nurture your dreams. Or there might be somebody coming in that's going to help you, and acknowledge when they're there to help you do so. Is there anything else here for... Yeah, no. Is there anything else here for Scorpio at this time? Now you're getting Queen of Swords. Don't let somebody push you around. Plain and simple. Don't let somebody push you around. Stand for what you believe in. Be strict, be hard, but you have to also be the authority that also fights yourself, because we are talking about that 12th house. This is also being strict with the world around you, not telling you how to live, what to choose, But this is also telling you about getting right with yourself, being strict with yourself enough to get deep down enough so that you can get past that 12th house, truly heal it, and move forward. Because you're also being given 4 of Cups, which in this deck is, realizing what you do have, which is yourself. Realizing the soul that is healed so that you can create the life you want. This is, appreciating what you do have. But this is restless blessings. And restless blessings is because you're working through that 12th house. She's telling you, you have to do that work. You have to do that work both outwardly and inwardly. What is calling me is this. What does Scorpio need to understand to make it through this energy in September? Because this is all about energy, it's the planets. Taurus. For me, Taurus stands for grounding yourself, having the patience to do things the hard way, because you want to create your heaven on earth. So Taurus is stubborn and can actually be very hard-headed. But when they want something, they're going to work for it because they're not going to do it again and again and again. That's what Taurus is. Taurus is, I want the luxury, I want the beauty, I want heaven on earth, and I want it now. And I'm going to do what I have to do as long as it takes me to get it right so that I can get what I want. This is what they're saying. I'm also being given Capricorn. Capricorn energy for me is that's earthing energy too. But this is all about setting a new foundation. Creating a new foundation. Like I've been saying for a long time, setting foundations that last lifetimes. You're healing karmic wounds. So this is recreating new foundations. Setting them in the earth so that they're not going to fall. There's something else here. Scorpio. I was saying, ground. Be grounded. Earth. Remember, we have to plant seeds in the ground, in the darkness. Where the sun can't get to them, we have to water them, we have to nurture them, we have to take care of them before they can bust out of the earth and start to bloom and be something that we can see. It starts from inside. Grounding starts from inside. Foundations start from inside. Healthy new beginnings start from inside. Anything else? Done with that deck. So I already know who's calling you. What can you leave them with to help them move forward in the most positive ways? I mean, this goes all the way around the board. This is relationships, this is home, this is outer community. So this is all saying make sure that you have the right people in place. And if they've got that Freddy Krueger energy, you got to get them gone. I acknowledge my inner child. And I'm open. I open my heart to the joy it brings. What have I been saying the whole time? This is getting right with, that 5th house, allowing that inner child to come out of you so you can express yourself. You can find true joy again and go after what truly makes you happy and not to worry about somebody else getting in the way. I know I am part of Source and my life is guided by divine wisdom. That's telling you to trust your inner higher self. Allow that higher self to speak to you and come down into that crown energy. Is there anything else? I don't know why I was trying to fight it. There's going to be one last thing here. And the dragons are speaking. Dragons are telling you to take your time because they just pushed me back. They weren't pushing me down, they were pushing me back. Which is saying, take your time and do this right. You're getting the Alpha Dragon. Harness the divine masculine power of creation. Destroy the old. Visualize your dream. Help to manifest the new world. And actually, there's another one here. The golden... We'll just leave it at the golden dragon. Brings you higher love so that you can embody the Christ light. Absorb the Christ light. You are protected. Expand your heart and reclaim that fifth dimensional energy. Remember, honey, you are a creator of your own reality. But you've got to be able to bring that reality back here from what you create there. You got to be able to remember it, believe it, understand it, know it, and bring it back and not let this world stand in between you and what you wish to create. Pure White Dragon from Orion transforms your ascension and knowledge into pure wisdom. Process what you know. Act with truth and honesty. Let your wings and your light grow and expand. This feels like it's like a month of maturity, a month of soulful growth, which is going to get you where you need to get. It's just up to you to believe it. Bring your wisdom through your spiritual discipline. Like I said, I felt like they were pushing me back. Not pushing me back as in not taking action, but make sure that you're having discipline within the action you take at the right time. Knowing how, knowing when, trusting in that higher self, and allowing it to move you forward instead of necessarily trying to control it yourself. Work with the energy, not against it. I love you guys. Bye.